3 mornings, that's all it takes. 3 mornings, and the chains you didn't even know you were wearing begin to crumble. You will sip, you will breathe, and you will awaken to a life where every weight, every curse, every shadow slips quietly from your body, leaving you whole. Imagine waking up, not with the groan of exhaustion, not with the heaviness of yesterday's worries, but with a cup in your hands and a promise in your heart. A promise that this small act, this humble drink, can ripple through your being. It washes away the residue of doubt, fear, and pain, leaving you lighter, brighter, and free. You do not need to understand it fully. You only need to trust it. Your body remembers what your mind often forgets. Purity, peace, and power belong to you. Do not scoff at simplicity, for it holds wisdom older than our words. The first sip, bitter or sweet, speaks of cleansing. The second morning, your body listens. It lets go of shadows. The third, you rise renewed, as if the universe itself has sighed relief for you. This is not magic, not in the ordinary sense. It is ritual, it is faith, it is listening to the sacred language of your own vessel. Drink, watch, believe, and the curses of yesterday dissolve in the light of today. Take this journey seriously. Prepare your drink. Commit to 3 mornings. Share your experience, not to boast, but to remind others that transformation is possible, that liberation comes through consistency, faith, and the quiet courage to honor your body and spirit. There is a power in beginnings. The first light of day carries with it a quiet invitation, a chance to reset, to reclaim what is ours, to prepare ourselves for the hours ahead. And yet, how often do we rush through these moments, clinging to habits that weigh us down instead of lifting us up? A morning ritual is not just about action, it is about intention. It is about showing up for yourself before the world demands your attention. When you take a small deliberate action in the morning, such as drinking a carefully prepared cup meant to cleanse and restore, you are not simply hydrating your body, you are speaking to your spirit. You are telling yourself that today you will not carry the heaviness of yesterday, the fears of tomorrow, or the noise of 1,000 distractions. You are making a choice to begin the day from a place of clarity, purpose, and presence. For 3 mornings in a row, this act becomes more than a habit. It becomes a conversation with yourself. On the first morning, you notice the stillness, the pause before life rushes in. On the second, you feel the subtle shifts, your body lighter, your mind calmer, your awareness sharper. By the third, you recognize a pattern of renewal, a rhythm that reminds you that change does not always shout. Sometimes it whispers, softly, insistently, through the consistency of small acts. This ritual also teaches patience. Transformation, even on the level of mind and body, does not come in a single sip. It comes in repetition, in devotion, in showing up for yourself when it would be easier to rush, to ignore, to postpone. 3 mornings. That is all it takes to honor yourself, to set boundaries for your energy, and to let go of what no longer serves you. And while the drink itself is simple, the effect is profound. It is a mirror reflecting your willingness to prioritize yourself, your health, your spirit. When you commit to this small intentional act, you are not just cleansing your body, you are reclaiming space for hope, for clarity, for light. So tomorrow morning and the next and the day after, lift your cup with intention. Drink not for magic, not for promise, but for yourself. And in doing so, you will discover that the morning itself can be a sanctuary, and you, a keeper of your own renewal. Purification is more than a word. It is an experience, a conscious choice to release what no longer serves you. Each of us carries within our bodies not only the physical residue of life, what we eat, what we breathe, but also the invisible weight of stress, worry, and past burdens. The morning drink, simple as it may appear, is a ritual of letting go. It is a quiet, deliberate act that signals to your body, mind, and spirit that today you will shed what is heavy and welcome what is light. When you drink this for 3 mornings in a row, you begin to notice subtle shifts. Your body responds first. It is not an instant transformation, but a gentle awareness, clarity in your thoughts, steadiness in your steps, a sense of ease in your movements. The drink serves as a tool, a companion in the process, helping to encourage natural purification. It reminds your body that it has the capacity to cleanse itself when given support and attention. Purification also extends beyond the physical. Consider the mind, the space where old doubts, fears, and resentments often linger. Each morning you take this drink, you are affirming your willingness to release those mental burdens. You are creating a rhythm of renewal, a cadence in which negative thoughts are observed, acknowledged, and allowed to pass. There is dignity in this process because it requires no force, only intention. You are not attacking the weight you carry. You are inviting it to move on in its own time. Spiritually, the ritual speaks to a deeper understanding that our bodies are vessels, sacred spaces that deserve attention, care, and respect. To purify is to honor that space, to acknowledge that what we consume, whether food, drink, or even thought, affects more than our physical form. By engaging in this simple, repeated act, you are aligning your inner and outer worlds, creating a flow that harmonizes energy and encourages presence. Ultimately, purification is not about perfection. It is about awareness, dedication, and the recognition that small, intentional acts can ripple outward, shaping the quality of your day, your choices, and your sense of self. 3 mornings, a cup, a moment of conscious attention, and in that, a quiet liberation begins. It is not dramatic, not magical in the exaggerated sense. It is practical, profound, and deeply human. Consistency is often misunderstood. We imagine it as rigid, repetitive, or even tedious. But in truth, it is the quiet force that transforms intention into reality. When it comes to rituals of self-care, like drinking this purifying cup each morning, consistency is what turns a simple action into meaningful change. It is not in one moment, one sip, or one morning that transformation occurs. It is in showing up again and again, allowing your body, mind, and spirit to recognize the rhythm of care and attention. When you commit to 3 mornings in a row, you are not merely following instructions, you are teaching yourself a powerful lesson about discipline and faith. Your body begins to understand the pattern. The first morning may feel unfamiliar, even awkward, but by the second the act begins to settle in. Your mind notices that you are keeping a promise to yourself. By the third, the process becomes a conversation. A quiet dialogue between intention and experience, between your will and your body's natural intelligence. Consistency does more than create habit. It fosters trust. Trust in the process. Trust in your own commitment. Trust in the idea that small, repeated actions can ripple outward and affect your whole life. It is through consistency that you allow the drink's gentle purification to take root. You give your body time to respond, your mind space to release lingering tension, and your spirit the chance to align with your intention. There is also a psychological shift that comes with consistency. When you see yourself honoring this ritual day after day, you recognize your own power. You realize that you are capable of nurturing yourself, of following through, of creating a pattern of care that no outside force can disrupt. That quiet confidence, the knowledge that you can commit, that you can follow through, is one of the most profound results of consistency. This point is simple but essential. Change is rarely dramatic. It is cumulative. A single act is meaningful, but repeated acts create momentum. By honoring the ritual of this drink for 3 consecutive mornings, you are laying the groundwork for transformation, not because the drink itself is magical, but because consistency allows your body, mind, and spirit to respond fully. It is in the repetition, in the gentle persistence of care, that you find liberation, clarity, and strength. Consistency is not perfection. It is dedication, presence, and patience. 3 mornings repeated with intention can shift your energy, clear your mind, and remind you of the power that lies in simply showing up for yourself. Negativity has a way of settling quietly in our lives, like dust in the corners of a room we seldom notice. It can be old grudges, lingering worries, or self-doubt that we carry without realizing the weight it adds. One of the most powerful aspects of a morning ritual, such as drinking this simple cup for 3 consecutive days, is that it offers a deliberate moment to release that weight. The act itself is small, but its intention is profound: to let go, to cleanse, to free yourself from what no longer serves you. On the first morning, you may notice the heaviness you carry. It is subtle, often hidden behind routines and distractions, but it is there. The drink becomes a symbol, a gentle reminder that you have the power to let go of the mental and emotional burdens that cloud your days. You sip, you pause, and in that small pause, you create space for clarity and peace. By the second morning, the act begins to deepen. As your body responds to the ritual, your mind also begins to shift. You may feel a sense of release, not dramatic, not sudden, but a quiet awareness that some of the thoughts and feelings that once weighed you down are starting to lift. This is the power of consistency combined with intention. Repetition allows your mind and body to recognize the possibility of change. The third morning carries a sense of calm confidence. By now, you understand that letting go is not about forcing negativity away. It is about making space for it to leave naturally. The act of drinking with mindfulness signals to your mind and body that it is safe to release tension, fear, and lingering doubts. Each sip becomes a statement. I am choosing peace. I am choosing clarity. I am choosing freedom from the curses of yesterday. Letting go of negativity is not always easy, and it does not happen all at once. It is a process, a practice, a gentle acknowledgement that your energy is valuable. By committing to this ritual for 3 mornings, you are training yourself to observe what no longer serves you and to allow it to pass. You are reclaiming your mental and emotional space, creating room for hope, gratitude, and presence. This practice is simple, yet it carries the quiet power of transformation. 3 mornings, a mindful sip, a commitment to release, and in that space, you begin to discover the freedom that has been waiting for you all along. Wellness is often misunderstood as a single pursuit, something measured by physical health or appearances alone. But true wellness is holistic. It encompasses the body, the mind, and the spirit working together in harmony. When you take a simple morning drink consistently for 3 days, it is not just an act of hydration or nourishment. It is an intentional step toward balancing every aspect of yourself. This ritual reminds us that care is not fragmented. True care touches every part of who we are. Physically, the drink supports your body's natural systems. It helps awaken your metabolism, encourages internal cleansing, and provides a gentle signal to your body that it is being honored. But physical benefits are only one layer. When your body is treated with respect, your mind begins to notice. A sense of clarity can emerge, subtle at first, that allows you to face the day with focus rather than distraction, with energy rather than fatigue. Holistic wellness also involves emotional and spiritual attention. The morning drink is an invitation to pause, to center yourself, and to connect with your inner state. In these moments, you become aware of your feelings, your thoughts, and the energy you carry. You are given the opportunity to release tension, to observe your internal landscape without judgment, and to create a rhythm of peace that extends beyond the cup itself. This is the essence of holistic care, recognizing that body, mind, and spirit are intertwined, and that nourishing one affects the others. Committing to this ritual for 3 mornings in a row strengthens the practice. Repetition allows the body to respond, the mind to adapt, and the spirit to open. By intentionally creating space for this daily pause, you are telling yourself, I matter, my wellness matters, my energy matters. This is not indulgent or superficial, it is practical and essential. Holistic wellness requires small, consistent acts that honor all dimensions of your being. Ultimately, the ritual is a reminder that wellness is not an event, but a practice. It is the accumulation of intentional choices, small actions, and mindful moments that shape the quality of your days. Each morning, as you lift your cup, you are participating in a quiet ceremony of balance, care, and renewal. The physical act of drinking becomes a metaphor for nurturing yourself wholly, gently, and consistently. Holistic wellness begins with awareness, continues with practice, and is sustained by intention. 3 mornings, a mindful sip, and a willingness to honor every part of yourself can set the tone for a life lived with clarity, energy, and harmony. Faith in the process is a quiet, steadfast force. It is not about rushing toward results or expecting instant change. It is about trusting that the small, consistent actions we take, especially those done with intention, carry weight, even when we cannot immediately see their impact. Drinking this simple cup for 3 mornings in a row is more than a physical act. It is an exercise in faith. It asks you to trust that your body, mind, and spirit are capable of responding to care, and that transformation often happens subtly in ways you may not notice at first. On the first morning, faith might feel like a tentative choice. You lift the cup, follow the instructions, and wonder whether such a small action can truly make a difference. But this is the beginning of trust. It is the acknowledgement that change does not always come with fanfare. It often arrives quietly through repetition, consistency, and attention. Faith is what allows you to continue even when immediate results are not visible. By the second morning, the act begins to carry meaning beyond the physical. Your mind begins to recognize your own commitment. You feel a subtle shift, a lighter sense of energy, a quiet clarity, a recognition that showing up for yourself matters. Faith in the process allows you to honor these small signs, knowing that each one is part of a larger unfolding. It reminds you that transformation is cumulative, built step by step, day by day. By the third morning, faith deepens. The ritual becomes more than a drink. It becomes a dialogue between intention and outcome. You realize that your body is responding in its own time. Your mind is letting go of old patterns, and your spirit is aligning with a sense of purpose and renewal. Faith allows you to appreciate this gradual change without impatience, without comparison, without pressure. Faith in the process is also a reminder that you are an active participant in your own well-being. You cannot force transformation, but you can choose actions that invite it. Each morning, each mindful sip, each moment of attention is an affirmation. I trust the journey. I honor my body. I believe in my ability to release what no longer serves me. Ultimately, faith in the process is a practice of patience and presence. It teaches you to remain committed, to observe quietly, and to trust that the work you do consistently, even in small ways, creates ripple effects in your life. 3 mornings, a single cup, and unwavering attention. Through faith, you begin to witness the gentle unfolding of clarity, release, and renewal. Empowerment is not something that happens to us. It is something we cultivate, quietly and intentionally, through the choices we make each day. Drinking this simple cup for 3 mornings in a row may seem small, even ordinary, but in the context of a ritual, it becomes a declaration that you are capable of taking care of yourself, that you have the ability to influence your own well-being, and that you can actively participate in the cleansing and renewal of your body, mind, and spirit. On the first morning, empowerment begins with awareness. You recognize that you are choosing this act for yourself, not for approval, not for anyone else's judgment. You lift the cup with intention, and in doing so, you take ownership of your energy, your habits, and your health. That moment, simple as it may seem, is powerful because it affirms your agency. You are not passive in the face of your circumstances. You are an active participant in shaping your experience. By the second morning, the ritual begins to reinforce a sense of control. Your body responds to care, your mind notices consistency, and your spirit senses the alignment of intention and action. Empowerment grows from this repetition. It is strengthened by the knowledge that you have the capacity to follow through, that you can honor your commitments, and that you are capable of creating patterns of behavior that support your own growth and well-being. On the third morning, empowerment is fully present. The act of drinking this cup, performed mindfully and with purpose, becomes a symbol of your inner strength. It reminds you that small, deliberate actions accumulate into meaningful change. You begin to understand that liberation, whether physical, mental, or spiritual, is not something that is handed to you. It is something you invite through intention, persistence, and self-respect. Empowerment also teaches resilience. By engaging in this ritual, you remind yourself that your choices matter. You recognize that you have the ability to influence your energy, to release what no longer serves you, and to cultivate a life aligned with your well-being. It is not dramatic or instantaneous, but it is real and enduring. Ultimately, empowerment comes from the simple act of showing up for yourself. 3 mornings, a mindful cup, and the consistent intention to honor your body and spirit can transform a small ritual into a powerful affirmation of self-worth, control, and confidence. Through this process, you are reminded that true empowerment begins with conscious, intentional care, and that you hold the key to your own renewal.